In 1966, Nigeria sent a young diplomat to Paris to open a brand new embassy, its very first in France. He was sharp, connected, barely in his 30s, and already being groomed as one of the country's brightest voices abroad. 1 year later, war broke out, and in that same city, at the same podiums where he had once spoken for Nigeria, that very man started speaking instead for the breakaway republic of Biafra. He wasn't reckless, he wasn't rogue, he wasn't even from the eastern region, but he was Igbo, from a hometown well recognized as Igbo. And when his people came under siege, he chose them. This is the story of the man who represented Nigeria, then represented Biafra, and then spent the rest of his life proving that no war, no border, and no politics could ever permanently divide the Igbo nation. Raphaël Chukwu Uwechue was born on the 13th of May, 1935, in the ancient kingdom of Ogwashi-Uku, an Igbo community in what is today known as Delta State. Even that single fact mattered in a country where Igbo identity gets narrowed to a handful of southeastern states. Uwechue's own hometown was proof that the Igbo nation was always bigger than just 5 states. He schooled at St. John's College, Kaduna, then earned a history degree from the University College of Ibadan in 1960, the same year Nigeria became independent. Uwechue joined Nigeria's foreign service at its very foundation, serving in Cameroon, Pakistan, and Mali. Along the way, he added a diploma in international law from the University of Geneva. By 1966, still in his early 30s, he was handed one of Nigeria's most prestigious postings, founding ambassador to France, building the Paris embassy from nothing. He was, by every measure, a rising star. Then, in 1967, Nigeria plunged into a war. The Igbo-led Eastern region seceded from Nigeria and declared itself the Republic of Biafra. And Uwechue, still in Paris, stepped away from Nigeria's service to represent Biafra instead, advocating for his Igbo kinsmen at the exact moment the world started choosing sides. Unsurprisingly, France supported Biafra, providing political support and covert military assistance during the war that lasted between 1967 and 1970. General Charles de Gaulle's government backed Biafra. When the war ended in 1970, Raph Uwechue didn't retreat into bitterness. He went straight back to nation building, serving as ambassador to Liberia and to the UN mission to Côte d'Ivoire, and then as a UNESCO consultant, authoring a landmark project documenting the general history of Africa in Africa's own voice. In 1970, Uwechue left government for publishing, founding the groundbreaking work, No Africa Books, a 3-volume encyclopedia cataloging Africa's own achievers in Africa's own words. He launched the African Today magazine and for a full decade lectured on African affairs at London's Royal College of Defense Studies. President Leopold Senghor called him a man of sense and courage. General Olusegun Obasanjo gave him an unforgettable title, a one-man organization of African unity. Uwechue later served as Minister of Health under President Shehu Shagari. Then, in 1999, President Obasanjo named him Special Presidential Envoy on Conflict Resolution in Africa, a role in which Uwechue helped steer Sierra Leone's brutal civil war towards peace. From the year 2000, ECOWAS entrusted him with the same mission in Côte d'Ivoire, then gripped by political crisis. In 2003, Nigeria honored him as an officer of the Order of the Federal Republic, but his defining chapter was still ahead. President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, the apex voice of the global Igbo nation, a Delta-born Igbo man leading a body meant to unite Igbos everywhere. The Southeast, the Niger Delta, and the diaspora was itself a statement. He extended the group's executive tenure from 2 years to 4, succeeding where others before him had failed. When Raph Uwechue died on the 13th of March 2014, mourners called it plainly, another mighty Iroko has fallen. In 2022, the Delta State government renamed a major road in Asaba in his honor. But his real monument is an idea that Igbo unity was never confined into a map. A man born in Delta State became elected voice of Igbos everywhere, a proof that Ndi Igbo, wherever they are found, remain one people. If you enjoyed watching this beautiful documentary about the towering achievements of late Ambassador Raph Chukwu Uwechue, kindly hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you know that an Igbo man from Delta State had served as the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo? Next time you see someone deny his Igbo identity from Delta, remind them that an Igbo man from Delta State has served as the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. My name, once again, is Prince Onwodenem Ngozi Chukwuka. Thanks for supporting Enuani Cultural Forum. I will see you in my subsequent videos. Bye!